Whether you're in finance, law, or some other high-pressure business, you were trained to do specific things like analyze financials, write contracts or briefs, and so on. But most of us were never offered a course on how to become more aware of our impulses, emotions, and most importantly, the unconscious mind, which dominates 95% of our behaviors and which is crucial to achieving our goals. This is what emotional intelligence, or EQ, is all about. Studies show that over the longer term, EQ accounts for far more of our success than IQ. EQ also is crucial to the development of leadership skills, relationships, and our happiness, so these are important skills to development. And the good news is that EQ can be developed. People with higher EQs are more flexible, adaptable, friendly, and likable, and have more empathy, both for themselves, so they're less critical of themselves and in a better mood, and for others, which makes them easier to work with and better with clients. People with good EQ skills improve the quality of life in the workplace for everyone. This is important both when you're just beginning to ascend the corporate ladder and especially when you're a leader, since recent studies show that businesses where a leader has low EQ tend to have less productive and less successful teams with higher turnover. Leaders who have developed EQ are better listeners and remain calmer under pressure. They stress out less, face adversity with greater resilience, and appreciate their teams and their clients more. So they're less frustrated, happier, and get better results. They also have deeper and more meaningful relationships, which leads to a greater sense of team, loyalty, and community, and to greater fulfillment in life for everyone involved, both at work and at home. As I mentioned, the good news is we can develop EQ, and I'm going to share with you my 5-step process for how to develop it right now. My approach is based on recent evidence-based cutting-edge research on mindfulness and on neuroscience. Since I practiced law and was a banker and a money manager, I'm in a unique position to speak from experience, and I can tell you, from a practical standpoint, it works. I developed this unique 5-step approach and specifically tailored it for people in finance and law and any other high-pressure fields, but frankly, it's practical for anyone. You can use this anywhere in your life. There's a lot more depth to each of these 5 steps, so for now, let's get started with an overview. The acronym I use is STING. I remember this by thinking about how when I'm in a challenging situation, this method allows me to stick any negative perspective I might have in an envelope, place a stamp on it, and send it on its way. First, there's S for stop. Then there's T for take a deep breath. This immediately begins to calm the autonomic nervous system and the amygdala, the fight or flight mechanism in our midbrain. It keeps our left prefrontal cortex online. That's very important because this part of the brain is responsible for self-regulation, so it's crucial to focus on the breath immediately. This enables the PFC to maintain control of the situation. It also will inhibit the release of cortisol and help us to achieve the next letter, which is A, for awareness. Also, A is for am I triggered? Because in this step, we're just observing and noticing how we're feeling. With practice, we'll learn to mine those feelings for useful and valuable information, but for now, we're just noticing. The next step is M for making a mindful choice, one that is unencumbered by reactivity, but rather is informed by wisdom. Finally, the next letter is P for proceed with presence. We're able to move forward, maintaining our awareness and presence of mind. This process takes some practice. Like anything in life, when we begin something new, it seems unfamiliar and challenging. This is normal and to be expected. When we repeat it again and again, eventually it becomes natural and automatic, so we just need to practice. In my trainings, I help you understand each step in great detail and the things you can do to gain the most benefit from each step and to help make each of those steps easier. This is just a taste of the many benefits of training our mind.